Hello everyone. Today I will show how to get Answers badge in the Roblox game A Dream You've Had Before. I am using this AI voiceover because I refuse to publish my real-life voice. However, my entire content is entirely made by me with no AI involved. First of all, you will need to get a key called the passage key. This passage key spawns randomly between the floors 1 to 100. And they are located inside the different rooms. However, only one key can spawn, and its location is shared between players. So if one of your friends finds the key, you just have to go exactly there to get it. After you've obtained the key, you have to go all the way up to floor 204. This floor is also called Passage by the game creator 4Slug. So after leaving the hell that is floor 92 to 97, and finally reaching floor 204, we'll find a locked door near the stairs leading to floor 205. This is where you will use the key. After doing so, you will be awarded the passage badge, but we are here for much more. Once inside the strange tunnel of mushroom walls, you will have to count each turn inside, starting with the first turn of the tunnel. You will have to count until you reach the 55th turn. By then, stand exactly at the 55th turn. And type in chat /EANS. You will then get teleported into a strange black room with 3 different things in it. A hallway full of paintings, a wall with 4 series of strange symbols, and 10 different words that cannot be read correctly or understood. Under them, we can also find these same symbols seen earlier. Now for the next part, I highly recommend creating a text file, then copy every word in here inside the text file. You have to space each sentence. Now for the next part, you will have to use a tool called Caesar Cipher. I will put the link to the website in the description. Now, what's a Caesar cipher? Basically, it is a tool that shifts the letter of a sentence thanks to a variable given by the user. For instance, take the letter A. If the user switches the shift variable to 3, it will shift A 3 times. So A will become D, B will become E, and vice versa. Now, this is what it looks like. I've put my chosen sentence obtained from the game into the left box of the Caesar cipher. Then I slowly change the shift variable until I get a sentence that makes sense, or at least a little. However, be careful. If your shift variable is higher than 9, don't continue. Instead, go backwards into the negatives until -9. Once you find the word, copy the translated version from the right box into your text file. You also have to note the shift variable used to obtain this sentence. After some time, you should realize that none of the 10 sentences use the same shift number, and even one of them being the words Yankee Oscar Uniform Victor Echo has a shift number of 0, since the words can be read normally. Now, this is when the shift number will be used a lot. If you remember, there is a wall in this room with 4 series of symbols on it. These same symbols can be found under the 10 sentences at the center. Now we will be using the shift number that we got thanks to the website to get a 16-digit code. Take this, for example. The sentence Yankee Oscar Uniform Victor Echo has 0 shift since it can be read without any tools. In this case, if you see this series of symbols in the wall, the code will be 0000. Now this. If you have the following sentence translated, you get Slug November Alpha Lamp. This sentence has a shift value of 9. If you get the following series of symbols, your password should be 9090. Remember that it's a 16-digit code spaced by 4 numbers like so. After comparing the two, I got this number, 7215-7080-7519-6041. Now, what can I do with this, you may ask yourself. Well, this is when the paintings at the back will be used. The 16-digit code actually refers to the numbers of days to add onto 4Slug's birth date. I will put a link to a date calculator in the description. Now you're going to have to take 4 digits at a time. For example, in my code 7215708075196041, I pick 7215, I put it inside the days window, and insert 4-slug's birth date. Then I press calculate. My language is in French, but nothing to worry about. I get 28 February 2020. Then do the same for the remaining 12 digits. After doing so, I get 4 different dates. However, before we take on the paintings, we still have to do something. Go back to your text file, and in it, locate the first letter of each sentence to make a word. Here is an example. Take the sentence, Yankee Oscar Uniform Victor Echo. If you take all the first letter of each word, you get you've. Now do the same for every other sentence. Now it's time to take all of these words and put them in order. For this, use the shift number to put them in order. For example, the sentence, Yankee Oscar Uniform Victor Echo has a shift number of 0, so his word, you've, comes first. Now, if you've done this right, you should have the following sentence. You've put answers here before. This time, enter 2 random words, with all 10 words set in order. Now we can use the painting for one of the 2 final steps. Now, back into the 4 dates we got. If you come back where the painting is and click on them, you can have a closer view on the image, but we are not here for this. What's interesting is the date these paintings were made. You're going to have to find 4 of these paintings that were made at the exact date that you got. For example, this painting was made on 11th December 2016, and guess what? One of the 4 dates obtained inside my text file matches this painting. Now you will have to remember all 4 paintings, and they have to be in the exact order than the 16-digit password you've obtained before. To finish, just click on all 4 paintings in order like so. Now you will get sent back at floor 0 with a message telling you to not search really far for the code. But in reality, you just have to press F9 and scroll down to get the first part of the password. Now we still need the other part of the password to complete the badge hunt. For this, go back into your text file and get the sentence previously obtained. As a reminder, it should look like this. You've put answers here before. This time enter 2 random words. These 2 random words change each time, but they are important. These 2 random words will be used. Now, where do we use these 2 random words, you may ask? Well, for this, we have to change games entirely. The game is called Tragic by 4-slug. Now you're going to go through the maze like usual until you find the tree. By then, fall into the hole and walk out until stopped by trees and a strange voice. Get up the parkour and walk into the door. Now, instead of typing Silver City, I typed in Mike Snell. Because I had in my sentence, you've put answers here before, this time enter Mike Snell. If done correctly, you should be kicked out with the second part of the code inside the kick message. Now that we own both parts of the code, we just have to add them together. Use a calculator. And finally, to claim the badge, you just have to walk up to floor 108. In this floor, find a lectern hidden in a room. Get close enough until you see a text box and input your final password. And you're done. Congrats, you now own a badge considered to be super hard to obtain. I hope this video was not too complicated and that everything went smoothly, and see you in the next video.